What's up, guys? I hope each and every one of you had a good night. This morning I woke up probably an hour ago. The first thing I do is I go to my Jesus picture that's behind me and I say, Jesus, how's my nephew? And Jesus said, really? You're going to ask me that? I said, I already know how he is. He says, don't ever ask, don't ever doubt me. When I tell you I got you, I got you. I said, I know that was a stupid question, right? He goes, no, it wasn't stupid, honey. I protect the people you love. You know that, right? I always protect the people you love. And you love many people. You love many of your family members. But once you got out of their energy, they're not protected anymore, you know? Just the kids that you love that are grown-ups now, they're protected because of you. You pray for them every single day, and I hear it. When I hear you pray, they're protected. So thank you, Jesus. I so appreciate that, you know? It's like, yeah. So guys, this is what I'm getting this morning. That maybe when you were growing up, you didn't want to go home after school because you felt your school was your safety, right? You felt safe at home, you know? I mean, in school. But when you went home, it was not balanced because your parents probably weren't balanced, you know? So if you wanted to express an emotion, you couldn't express an emotion. If you wanted to cry or if you wanted to express your emotions, you just couldn't because they didn't want you to. They didn't want you to be heard, you know? And sometimes they like to abandon you. They didn't mean to, right? But that's who they were. You know, like your family members want to abandon you, you know, and they liked you to be abandoned, you know. But Spirit is finally showing you this is your time to heal. And if you were abandoned by anybody, by whoever, by a human being, let's say, they're saying, congratulations. Because you have learned the art of it's okay. It's okay to let go of the past, right? Because it is not your fault. No, it's not. You finally learned. Let people abandon you. Let them. But you finally learned the art of never to abandon yourself. And once you know never to abandon yourself, if somebody abandons you, you won't feel the abandonment. You understand? Yeah. You finally learned. It took you a minute. So when you used to go home as a little girl or a boy, you really never wanted to go home because you knew that home was never even your home. Maybe you were treated like the black sheep. Maybe you just knew these people do not belong to me. They're just all motherfucking weird. You know, and they probably were because they weren't balanced. So see, when parents are not balanced, they're supposed to be leaders for us, right? When you're growing up, you look up to your adults, like your parents. And if they're not balanced, how are they going to teach you balance? But you had to learn from a very young age also to keep yourself balanced. And you would go to your room, and you would sit by the window, and you would pray. And angels would come down and be like, you know what? I got you. I got you, my child. I got you. And sometimes you would come home. You'd be hungry. There's nothing to eat. Not for you. You're a black sheep. No. Here's a cracker. That's why that lunch lady, I don't know if you saw my video about that lunch lady. She always saved you. Your angels always protected you, you know. But, you know, you forgave your parents, right? Because no parent is born with a book, right? How to be a parent. But let me tell you something. You parents were going through some stuff that you knew about. You couldn't fix their issues because you were just little, right? But you prayed for them, right? Were they perfect? No. But later on in life, you taught them something. You taught your own parents love. Because even the way they treated you, you still loved them. Somewhere you thought that, okay, if my mom's not like this, my dad's like this, is not like this, they got to have some love in them, Jesus. They got to have some love. But you kept on pouring into them. And sometimes you would pour so much into them, you would lose yourself. And then you would realize, well, I just love them, now what? You know? Do you have regrets about that? No, because you always know you did the right thing because your heart wanted you to do the right thing, you know? And in the end, in the last 10 years when your parents were alive, they finally knew who you were and why you were put in their life. They finally knew, you know? But it was never your fault. I'm getting it was never their fault too, because they know not what they do, I'm getting, you know? Yeah. But now that they're in heaven, they're protecting you. Yeah, full force. Protecting you, yeah, and they're telling you, you are never alone. You are never alone, guys. People might think, yeah, you're alone. No. You got your angels, you got your spirit guides, you got yourself. Learn to be with yourself. If you can't be with yourself, how can you be with another? Because a new one is coming in, and this new one that's coming in is going to be the one I'm getting. Yeah. So you got to learn how to be with yourself. When you learn the practice to learn how to be with yourself, then you can be with somebody else. Do you understand? But if you can't be comfortable with yourself, how are you going to begin this new chapter in your life with somebody divine that is actually coming in? How would you do that, right? Oops. How would you do that? Oh, Jesus. Do you know what I'm trying to say? You can't. No. You can't do that. Sorry about that, guys. You can't do that, right? You gotta take care of you know, and you gotta have boundaries, right? Even with the people you love. And you know, it's hard to have boundaries with the people you love. That's the hardest part to learn. But you gotta lay down boundaries. If you don't have any boundaries, that relationship, even though if it's built on a good construction, I'm saying, maybe that's the wrong word, it can still fall down if you have no boundaries. You gotta have boundaries with people, you know? Like, this is my boundary, you know, and this is it, you know? And if they can't understand that, that's not the person for you, you know? And you gotta understand their boundaries too, you know? You gotta understand their boundaries. They gotta understand your boundaries. You gotta lay it all down, I heard, yeah. So, but I know this time, Spirit knows you're ready. Spirit knows. You know, some people are coming from the past, but you know, the past people from 20 years, 10 years, or 5 years, you know, you won't even let them in your house. They want to talk to you? Come meet me at Starbucks. Yeah. But you won't even want to talk to them because you're just like, goodbye. I've had enough of you. Ta-ta. You're sorry? Okay, thank you. I'm sorry too. Goodbye. Because you finally learn, you know? You finally learn. You don't want to deal with drama. You've healed tremendously for many lifetimes because in the past, you would always give in. You would always give them the benefit of the doubt. Whoever it was, you would always, you know, give your empty cup to them. Even though your cup was empty, you were still giving whatever you had in your cup. And you know, maybe you had this much in your cup for yourself. You were giving that much to them from your cup, and you were not supposed to do that. You can't give somebody from a half cup. You can give somebody from a full cup if you have surplus. But why were you doing that? You were doing that because you didn't want them to leave, because you had abandonment issues. Once you learned about the abandonment issues, and once you learned how to correct the abandonment issue, then you knew, I can't give you from my cup. You can leave if you want. Leave. I can't give you my cup. If my cup is overfull, I can share with you, but I can't give you from an empty cup. And if you want to leave, go ahead. This is what you learned this lifetime. It took you a minute, like I said, you know. Abundance. You have a lot of abundance coming in, guys. Because you've done the work. You have actually done the work, you know. You have done the work tremendously. And Spirit is telling you, congratulations.
If you've been waiting to apply for this,
you know what I'm trying to say? Spirit is telling you that they love you. Yeah. Because guess what? No matter all the trials and tribulations you went through, you went through them for a reason. For a season, maybe seasons. But now you know. If somebody comes to you not correct, you know, to say, thank you. Walk that way. You understand? You can say goodbye and not even feel bad about it. Maybe in the past you would say goodbye and take them back, you know, because they had you on a puppet string, back and forth, back and forth. You know what I mean? Just like this earring, right? Back and forth. Because they wanted to control you. Your family members and your exes or your boyfriends in the past wanted to control you. They wanted to do mind control on you. But Spirit says, hell no, not my child. I'm going to teach you. And that's why you left. Was it hard for you to take a leap of faith? It was hard. You were homeless. But Jesus says, get up. He said, get up, my child. He got you up. And now, he said, you see, I told you it was going to be hard, but you had to learn these lessons. I showed you to hit rock bottom because I wanted to show you who is real and who is not, you know? And once you hit rock bottom, who was real? He said he was real, but these people, they were never real. No, they were never real with you. Yeah, but it's okay, you know? That's on them. Maybe you had some codependency issues in the past, you know? I gotta say, and I'm not a narcissist, I'm an empath, but a lot of empaths get stuck with narcissists, you know? And a lot of narcissist people have codependency issues, you know? Oh, yeah. But you've learned to be on your own. You don't need nobody's fakeness. You don't need nobody's validation. But Spirit is saying, thank you for listening to me. Thank you for not ignoring me. Thank you for listening and taking the steps that I told you. And I know it was hard because you lost your home, you lost so many things, you know, but those things never even mattered anymore, right? What mattered was your health, your mind, body, and soul. Because I gotta tell you guys, one time this doctor told me when I had broken up with my husband, I was going through a divorce because he cheated on me, and there's more to that story, but I was not myself. I was hurt. I was like, wow. But when I found out who he really was, she told me I have to mourn for the person who he pretended to be, but he really was not that person. But she told me, I still remember that nice doctor. She said, you gotta pick up and you gotta take care of you, because once you lose your marbles, No kind of medicine. And you know that. She said, you're a nurse for many years. You know that. And you also give these drugs to your patients. And you know. The drugs that you give to your patients at work, they're just helping them on the surface, but not on the lower level, deep level. So she was saying, if you're sad, if you're depressed, if you're going through it, you need to snap right out of it because you need to know you gotta love you, she said to me. And you don't want to lose your marbles, is where I was going. You don't want to lose your marbles for no motherfucker. Yeah, she didn't say motherfucker, but I know what she was saying. And once I had that talk with her, I was like, you know what? This woman's right. Well, and at that same day, I did a cord cutting. And that worked. And I didn't even know how to do a cord cutting back in the day. I didn't even know what that was. I actually hired a shaman. I paid her like $120 to do the cord cutting. And once she did this session with me, my heart felt like so released from this negative narcissistic energy that I was with for 22 months, because he tried to break me down. And now he's broken down because karma don't play. I am everybody's karma. And if you're watching from Brevard County, Florida, I am your karma. So when something happens back to you, you said she did it. No, karma did it. Yeah. Yep. Sorry I'm not pulling that many cards this morning because I'm just getting these messages by divine, and somebody in heaven is saying they see all your thoughts and they want you to choose love. You gotta choose love for yourself. Choose love for you. Then you can love another. I always say that, right? And it's the truth. Oh, wow. This card always gives me the chills. I'm standing right next to you. Whoever you're thinking about who's passed away, standing right next to you. I got this card twice, like this morning and then now again. And I said, thank you, Mom. And my mom said, I'm always with you. I'm like, who is it? And I felt my dad's presence. He said, it's me, honey. Congratulations. And your dad might be thanking you from heaven, I'm getting. It's a masculine energy. You don't have to be a father. It's a masculine energy. It could be a grandfather, an uncle, maybe even a son. He's saying, yay, Mommy! I love you. You did it. Congratulations. One more card. Okay. Let's see. Pride. Maybe a lot of people had pride in the past, right? But it says, I love myself when I see myself in everyone. Yeah. What else, Spirit? Friendship. You're going to be coming into real friendships, real tribe friendships with real people who think like you, who act like you, like, maybe I said that wrong. You guys are going to balance one another. Do you understand? They're going to have the same thoughts like you, like they're going to be in spirituality and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And they're going to teach you and you're going to teach them. That's what's going to be. And maybe you had to discipline yourself, right? And you have learned that art already, I'm getting. And maybe many enemies are in denial right now. Many of your enemies are in denial, like, oh shit, she really left. Oh shit, she really won. Oh shit, let's do this, let's do that. Let's sabotage this, let's sabotage this. Let's put something on the internet to scare her insides. But it ain't gonna work. You know why? The inside of me, Jesus sits inside of me in my heart. He sits right on my heart. He protects my heart with his arms. And when something bad comes at me, he tells me, no, not that one. Oh, no, not that one. Oh, be careful. He guides me. He goes with me. Before, I wasn't connected as much. I did believe in God, but I would just open the Bible and read, but I wouldn't talk to him. Now I talk to him every morning, every hour. I'm like, come on, Jesus. And maybe Jesus wants you to talk to him too. Yeah. Opening up a Bible and talking to Jesus is two different things. I'm not saying don't open up a Bible. I'm saying talk to your master, talk to your creator. He wrote your story. He's gonna lead you to the right path because he knows what's best for you. You probably want to go back to the past. I don't know. Not me though. But maybe somebody's watching. Maybe some of you want to go back to the past because you don't want to start with the new. Because you just think it's going to be too much effort, but that's going to be the biggest mistake of your life. Because the new is there for a reason. Don't second doubt yourself. No. Because the past is going to knock, 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 knock. What are you going to do? The universe is testing you. Are you ready for the new chapter? Are you ready for this new divine union that's coming into your life? Ask yourself that. Are you ready? I hope you are. People, have a beautiful Wednesday. I'm sorry that my phone got messed up while I was doing the reading.